What are you talking about, Willis?
It's Fight Mike.
Boom.
All right, we are rolling. Yeah, you guys know what it is. The Man Big
What
Pretty
it do?
Sports at GFY Gear. Shout out to Mark at
Hey.
GFY.
Shout out to Mark.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, GFY Gear, Mark out there. He's in Northern California, right? Is that where he lives?
Yeah, man. But you got a website, gfy.com, or just Google GFY, and it will come up. But yeah, man, the best stuff in the game.
Yeah,
Boxing gear, MMA gear, yeah, the best stuff.
supporting all the local fighters up there, man. All those
Yeah, man.
the local Northern California scene. A lot of people with the GFY Gear, man. That's what's up right there.
Yes, sir.
So what's good, man? Man, your teammate Masvidal, he's talking about let me go, or you think it's not gonna go?
Remember we talked about it's time for these fighters to start realizing how much power they have.
You just said
You know,
that, like literally, it was the last 2
2 weeks
episodes
ago.
ago?
Yeah.
And then
I'm
during
telling you,
that
I'm telling
time,
you, hey, if I was a white guy, they would call me something else. I mean,
hey, fuck it, I'm gonna call you Black Einstein, bro.
no,
That knows how to fight.
but it makes sense because of the fact that everything has to come to an end. All these guys, you know, I'm gonna speak frankly. White guys set up pyramid schemes and monopolize everything.
Yeah.
They do. And then when you figure out you're a slave, they want to get mad because of the simple fact that then they have to share. They're the kids literally like, my toys, my toys. You know what I'm saying? But they come to your house and do that. And so what happens is once you figure out this is your shit, without the fighters, Dana White is nothing.
Yeah.
Period. There can be another Dana White. You're not going to get another, you know, one-of-one type of fighter. You're not going to get that.
No.
So people have to realize their value. And now you're seeing a lot of guys are realizing their value.
The bigger names are all saying,
yeah,
that's what it's gonna take, though, man.
That's the only way, because you know the way Dana talks. You know, because again, you're dealing in the business where they literally don't have to respect the contract, but you do.
Exactly.
That can't go on anymore.
The thing is that's really confusing, and it's always been confusing, is how do you expect an independent contractor to respect a contract? What are you talking about?
Exactly. It's asinine. But that's what makes it a pyramid scheme. Right? And that's what makes guys like Floyd Mayweather, I mean, it's a genius, because he's getting hot dog money, he's getting alcohol money, he's getting all this, you know what I mean? Like every ounce of money from that place, he's getting it. Like he's supposed to, because it's him that's bringing the crowds.
You're coming to see him.
I'm not coming to see Dana White, but that's why Dana White wants to be in the front of the camera all the time. You're dealing with a megalomaniac.
He should never be talking shit to the fighters. Never.
Yeah. One day somebody's gonna say, "Hey, bro, listen, you're a tough guy. You get that security guard away from you, the other bald head security guard you always got with him, that looks just like him.
Yeah.
Get him away from you, and all that shit you talking. Let's throw hands."
He's never gonna do it, bro.
He's never gonna do it, because at the end of the day, he gotta, you know, they're not about that life.
He's got fat pockets, so he'll have other people do it.
But again, every slave owner got fat pockets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way it goes. It's like literally a 90 to 10% ratio. He's the company is pulling in 90%. You have faculty members on his staff, right? That are like basically a step above interns that are making more than some guys per fight.
That's crazy.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Some guys are literally making $10,000, $20,000 to be on national TV.
Gray Maynard. You know who Gray Maynard is, right?
Yeah.
So I was on Twitter yesterday. This goes on to the money thing you were just saying. So I was on Twitter yesterday just looking at different tweets and stuff like that. And somebody retweeted something he said. And, he fought Frank Yeager 3 times. All good fights. Man, you remember those fights. Fights are crazy. Yeah. World title fights. And he was talking about he made like 10-10 on one of them or something like that.
Yeah, crazy.
And I was fighting for a world title, hitting each other in the face with 4-ounce gloves.
It was prime time.
For 20 G's, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And
modern.
I was going to say, and people like me can get a stunt contract on a movie.
Yeah.
We're not really hitting each other in the face. We're acting like we are. We're selling it. Can potentially make at least that or more.
Crazy.
Well, how does that make sense, dude?
It doesn't make sense. But now you see what they're doing. Now they're trying to build other stars.
Yeah.
Because once they wake up, the stars now, they're waking up. They're trying to hurry up and build guys like Sugar Sean O'Malley and all these other guys.
Hey, I was going to say, how come he looks like 6'9" now?
Because, remember, it's all clout chasing. That's literally the new era we're in. It's not about being original, right? At all. He is a white black guy, and I guarantee he grew up in the suburbs. But
yeah,
if he acts the part, he could fight. I can't lie, he could fight.
Yeah.
Right? But if he acts the part on the outside, they'll elevate him. So
that's selling points. That's selling points for them.
Yeah, act like a black guy, you sell.
Dude.
Period. The rainbow hair is popular now with 6ix9ine. Yeah, 6ix9ine is a snitch. I would never want to do nothing after that guy. But the people who they're trying to attract, the dummies, they love it.
That's crazy time right now, dude.
Yeah. In UFC, they run the betting. So they're making money from the betting, both sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're making money from the venue. They're making money from the pay-per-view. Even some regular TV, they're making money from the TV contract, the views that gets. They're making money for the seats. They're making money, like all this shit. The revenue is literally 90-10. That's slavery.
What do you think has to happen, bro? Coming from a fighter, what do you think has to happen, man? There has to be something big, dude.
So like me, when it came to me, they didn't respect the contract. And so and that's what happens. You have to put them in a situation where they're forced to respect the contracts. They're forced to not just respect the contracts, they're forced to pay you your worth.
Well, how do you do that though?
Well, you have to set up outside like the Ali Act, right? So we know about the Ali Act.
Yeah.
Where it's like, fair, you start, like Ali Act is, similar to I would say the collective bargaining agreement in all other professional sports. You have to give them a certain amount of equal share. 90-10 is ridiculous. If somebody said 70-30, I would say, man, that's terrible. But it's literally 90-10.
That's so bad, dude. So what ends up happening is, I'm not trying to say like it's great. One of the guys that left ATT, you know who I'm talking about, that Masvidal doesn't like. He literally had to transform into something else from what he said, right?
Yeah.
Now a whole bunch of people hate him.
Yeah, and so you see all those roles they can play. You can have a white guy that's a black guy.
Yeah.
You can have a racist, bigot white guy,
mm-hmm.
right? But then if you have a quote unquote black guy who stands up for the truth, who actually is an activist, oh, get his ass out of here. We don't like him.
Damn.
Right?
How you go 4-1, bro? And they cut you.
And then let's keyboard warrior and let's create negative narratives about him so that this can't come back and bite us. Right?
I still remember that shit. I still remember waking up in the morning one day. I don't know if one of my friends sent me a link or whatever, but I just looked at it. And they said all these things about you. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Didn't you go like, I thought you were 3-1 at the time. You were 4 and whatever. I was texting my buddy. I was like, they're going to cut that dude? And he was there like, yeah, bro. They're just being haters.
They literally tried to ruin my career on purpose. Right? Again, but everything I have said and been talking about has not spoiled. It's aged like fine wine, baby.
And, hey, now look what's happening. Now look what you're doing.
Now look what's happening. People literally hit me up on the under. Hundreds of people.
I believe it.
They're scared of what I'm saying. Literally.
I know.
But you know, they're sitting back now like, oh shit, I hope you don't direct that burrow at us. Right?
I forgot to tell you, some dude sent me a DM on the FightMike and Willis Instagram page, I think. He was like, fuck it, let me see if I can read it. Some basically saying your boy is like a hater of other people, like everybody or something. Black dude. But basically he was hating because you're telling the truth.
Of course. So like I always like to tell people this. So anybody who's a Christian, when Jesus, and there's no J until the year 1524, so his real name is not Jesus, but I'll use the word Jesus. Okay? So when Jesus was on earth, did he rebuke his own people or did he rebuke everybody else?
Wasn't his own people, right?
He went after his own people because his own people were fucking up.
Yeah.
The leaders of his own people were leading the people astray.
Yeah.
So he came to correct them.
Yeah.
Now you, man, you hating on me, man. No, motherfucker, you out of line.
Yeah. You're trying to correct them. So then whatever they put out to everyone else, they don't come back at you because you're
brown people, black people, I would say that collective, we're always blaming everybody else instead of changing our own actions and making it so they have to respect us. If I come and I beg somebody for freedom, what does that mean that they have over me?
Power. You're like their slave.
You're like, master, please let me go, master.
Yeah.
I don't take that approach. I take the approach where I'm already free. Now you're going to give me the necessary tools to break down all the systems that oppress me, whether it's economically, because I see them.
Yeah.
You got people out there literally, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. What's your goal? I just want to be equal or free. But how do you get there?
That's what I'm saying.
And so, right, and all those leaders, they don't get paid for solutions. Just like Big Pharma. How does Big Pharma make money?
When people get sick, man, they just keep pumping up.
Keeping you sick.
Yeah.
Same thing with these black leaders. They're keeping our people sick. They're race baiters.
There's so much of that right now, man.
Of course.
Can't even say nothing on social media without somebody getting mad, bro. It's like, dude, you know I can't say that because they're gonna think I'm racist. When people know I'm not. Come on, bro. Like people that know me since I was a little kid, they know I'm not.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's gonna get one person to say something and one other person say something, and other people see it. They jump behind what they say, Next thing you know, it's like 10-on-1.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for you to defend yourself. See, told you. Right?
Now you got white people. I quotations because again, I've already explained their skin's not white, my skin is not black. So
Yeah.
who are we really? But now you have white people coming out being the police of who's racist or not. And these are the same people that were silent 6 days ago. You already see the what happened?
I was gonna say,
Yeah, crazy. Have you seen like now the homosexual people are coming in now?
Well, I know, isn't it Pride Month or something? Isn't it?
I
think it is.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody was saying it the other day. It's like,
okay.
Convenient timing, huh?
Perfect timing. And what are they going to do? They're going to jump around the train. We're victims. We don't have any rights. They have more rights than everybody on this earth. A gay white man has more rights than everybody.
Now it's true. Yeah.
Period. Can you imagine if a cop would have choked out a flaming, I'll say not flaming, a very apparent homosexual and did it on film? What would happen?
Ooh. It'd be worse than this.
Way worse.
Yeah. He's attacking him because he's gay. That's why. That's what they would say, right?
And nobody would argue with it.
Nobody would. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, obviously, but that's what they would say.
Yeah, that's what they'll say.
Just kicking facts, bro, right? Just kicking facts, bro.
Hey, on this show, we want to speak truth, man. That's it. Like, if this hurts your feelings, I'm not sorry, because it's the truth.
It's just
you know
the truth, man. And honestly, here's another thing too. I don't get offended if you call me out on some shit. I'm not gonna get mad.
Yeah.
I don't have any time to get mad, bro. I got other shit I'm doing. I don't care if you're gonna. I mean, it's not gonna bother me.
Hey, what's up with people nowadays and getting so offended at criticism?
Because everybody wants to be right.
Crazy.
It's because the people who were born like 15, 20 years ago, I mean, no offense, like if you were, for whatever reason, that generation, they were given more things to make it easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm in my 40s, I'm fucking getting old. My dad was a hard-nosed fucking Mexican guy who made me fucking work, bro.
Yeah.
And if I complain about something, he was like, are you going to keep crying or are you actually going to do something about it?
Yep.
This guy was working 12-hour days, like 5 days a week. He would come home, do fucking yard work, always working. Never complain, bro. When my dad got diagnosed with cancer and he had like, I think it was like a second chemotherapy treatment, attorneys came over because my parents were suing. Long story, I'll tell you off screen.
Yeah.
Had attorneys come over and basically telling him he's going to get X, Y, and Z as far as money. Want to know what he asked them? I'm not even making this up.
What?
The first thing he asked him was, when can I go back to work?
Wow.
And the attorney said, you don't ever have to work again. I'm not making this up, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
And the people that are crying these days about little things, if they're in that situation, they'll be like, really? Yeah. How much am I getting? I'm just keeping it real, bro. I'm just keeping it real.
It's the truth.
Man.
Different generation, right? And the generation now, they're so easy to pass around misinformation. So I gave a speech to San Jose State 2 days ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, I talked to a couple sports teams at San Jose State.
Damn. So, how long were you out there?
It was on this.
Oh, it was on this?
Yeah. And so when I was talking to them, and I was explaining to them about what's real history.
Okay.
the history that they don't teach. And these kids didn't know who George Soros was. Like there's a whole bunch that they just didn't know that is just basic shit. So they're the ones, and like I told them, we all have to get in a mental mindset that we will not react. We will stop, think, and respond. And I told him that's going to save you a lot of energy in your life.
That is, bro, that's like key information, bro, because a lot of people react on emotion.
Yeah.
Immediately when somebody does something
Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I'm like, hey, the first thing, like, I'm not trying to make fun. I just know that the women who created that, they sold out. Literally, for fame, for monetary, they sold out to their enemy, literally. Right? George Soros is the enemy. They sold out to him. So therefore, it's kind of like BET.
Yeah.
BET is ran by a group of Chinese people.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
So do they have our best interest? Obviously. So we have to start being realistic and start new groups that actually have our interest, pick leaders who won't sell out. Psychologically, so if you have nothing against the LGBT, all that shit, nothing against them.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing. But a person is going to be allegiant to whatever they're going to be allegiant to first. So if I'm a man and I'm quote unquote black, that's two different subsets, right? So they can break me up as being a man only. So I can vote for things that are just for a man,
right? Or
I can have the point of view where I can vote for things that just help that just help black people, quote unquote. So sometimes when you have these lesbians and homosexuals running things, they don't go along with what's best for people who look like them. Their mission gets cut up and divided. That's what happened to Black Lives Matter.
Terrible, bro.
Divide and conquer. Over and over again.
There's a lot of that shit happening right now.
Tulsa, Watts. I mean, those are just two big ones. Every time either we have something or we have a movement, it gets infiltrated.
How come nobody's talking about Hillary right now, bro?
Man, ain't that crazy, bro?
She's dealing with the whole court issue, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
The timing.
That's crazy.
How come they're not reporting it on the news?
You know why? They're with her. And so what they're doing is they're putting Donald Trump in a situation that is terrible for him. Because he's like, damned if he does, damned if he does not. Either A, he can come out and say, Black Lives Matter.
Can you imagine if he just came out to the podium one day? He's like, Black Lives Matter. Can you imagine, bro? And he goes, that's it for today. And he walks off.
Like, if he did that, if Donald Trump said Black Lives Matter, this will all be over tomorrow. Period. Right?
Hey, even if he was lying, it just said,
even if he was lying,
I'm 100% behind Black Lives Matter. We need to stop this.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Even if he was lying, it would drastically change what it is, right?
The violence will go away. Right? He wouldn't have to be afraid of brown people no more. And he would have to be afraid of the people that he's forsaking.
Yeah.
because we just talked to Adam, and so all those groups, he would be turning his back on them. He wouldn't have the dummies no more. He wouldn't have them.
No.
The people who you ask them, why do you vote for Trump? Well, he's a businessman. He's really
Is that Mike Tyson?
Hey, you hear the crazy stuff, and then you realize, and it's like the people in is it Pennsylvania or Virginia? Virginia, I think, where they voted for him. He tricked them. He tricked them, and they thought that he was going to bring back the coal industry.
Yeah, Virginia.
And he never did.
Man.
Right? So he will be forsaking them. He can't do that. So he's going to double down and divide this country. Oh, my goodness.
And the rest of this year is going to be crazy, isn't it? The rest of the year.
Man, so if it gets to a certain point, he's going to have to cancel the election. And that's going to be really scary.
It's so weird.
Like,
there's a I really don't look into it. I just thought it was like really interesting though. There's a couple well-known psychics. They've been pretty spot on about a lot of stuff. Both of them had said that there's going to be he's the 45th president, right?
Yeah.
They said that this was like years ago. They said this. There's only going to be 45 presidents.
Yeah. And so and then you have Malachi is right.
Yes.
Malachi. He said that this would be the last pope.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I heard about that. I heard him saying that. Yeah.
Right.
So something's gonna happen, dude. What's gonna happen?
Well, if it is those times, you have a 7-year period that we're going to enter in, where the first 3.5 years are going to be peace. And so Donald Trump, biblically, everybody go search the waster. Go to the Bible, go to Google, type in the waster and like Bible verses. Okay? Go type that in, everybody, right now. And when you do that, it's going to come up with a whole bunch of verses, the book of Jeremiah, Ezekiel. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
This guy is literally the great divider who's going to fuck up the whole planet. Remember, this world was given over to the hands of the wicked. Yeah. So their plans are like order out of chaos. Period. They create the problem.
So they can put it in order.
Exactly. And then they present solutions.
Which means they get even more control.
More control. So the only way to get out of the predicament we're in as a society is for divine intervention. We're at that point. Do you think that the very few families, everybody, again, this is not conspiracy theory. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'll give you a theory overall, but so that's a hypothesis. But this is not a conspiracy theory. This is a true fact. The CIA said this, and they let it out. Go look up the 13 satanic families. That's on the CIA website. They do it in plain sight. Do you think that these people are going to give up their power voluntarily?
No.
So we'll never be free. It's going to take a divine intervention. Period.
About to get crazy, bro. About to go get some. About to order some ammo from our boy.
Yeah, hey, order ammo and Bible, and get a Bible and read that mofo. Everybody out there, make sure I'm going to start putting out. And Mike, we should do some survival videos, like how to pickle things, how to make alcohol, how to make a prepper pack, all that stuff.
Bro, we should have him on there. That's one of the things we're gonna do. We need to tell our boy who was on our podcast last time.
Yeah.
To think of one thing that people could do as far as survival.
Yeah.
And explain it.
Yeah, and we might have him. I might have him create a video, just a breakdown video. Just make sure it's not. Everybody is not an Army sniper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like a pack for beginners. Something that you can survive for a week, 2 weeks, and you can get and go. You know what I mean? Then something like that. That's a great idea.
Like a good starting point, like a good few things, necessities.
Yeah. I know water is going to be important, obviously. Yeah. So you gotta have things that can actually purify water as well.
Purify water, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I have a pack. Right? Me and my wife have packs. So in our packs we have peanut butter. Right? I carry a big tub of peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the bottom of my pack, besides the ammo and stuff. And I have trail mix. I have seeds. Right? So just in case I have to start somewhere, I have seeds.
Yeah. You
got to have, knives and flashlights and batteries, and, things like that. But all the basics you need to have. This is for real, man. And again, if anybody who don't believe me, go check my Instagram. I've been talking about this.
And I've been seeing. That's why I hit you up to do this.
Right? I'm a fighter, but at the end of the day, I'm also a human being that thinks. You got all those people that always say, fighter, shut up and fight, or athlete, shut up and do this. When, again, that's cheating. Sometimes that's cheating other people. Everybody has, what they're special at besides what they're special at, if you get what I'm saying. So one of mine is I'm a thinker. I'm an idea guy.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Man. So who do you got? Who's fighting this weekend?
Man.
Cynthia
Calvillo against Jessica.
Yeah.
I gotta go with my girl Calvillo. I gotta go with her.
Yeah, I think that it all depends how, because I like Evil Eye. I like her. I like her as a fighter, but it all depends on how she recovers from the last fight. If she recovers, because it wasn't just like a TKO. She got obliterated.
That one was bad, man.
Yeah, that was bad. But the Cynthia doesn't have that type of power.
She's a different kind of fighter.
Yeah, she's more of a grappler and shit like that. You know what I mean? And, more like rabbit punches.
She was at AK for a little bit training with you, right?
Yeah.
Was she over there when you were there?
She was there after I left.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so she went after I left. So, but yeah, I mean, I have respect for her as a fighter too. It's just gonna be very interesting to see how Jessica Eye, right?
Yeah.
Jessica Eye, how she returns.
I think she has more power, but I think Cynthia's more technical and she's better on the ground.
Way better on the ground. Way better on the ground. It's crazy when you watch people like Amanda Nunes fight, right? Like Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg. Those are two. Valentina, I would consider her one, and I would consider the bald-headed one that lost to the Asian girl, the one that body slammed Nama Nunez the first time.
Yeah.
Her, those women fight like men. Right? The Asian girl too, she's so technical, but she's powerful. So she fights more like a man. And you see the difference in how You just see the difference.
Andrade, Jessica Andrade.
Jessica Andrade, her, yeah. So she fights more like rough and tumble, like a damn man. You know, then you have, you know, people like Amanda Nunes is like the top of that. You know what I mean? Where she just literally, I think she could compete. Maybe not at her weight class, but if she was like 155 pounds, or 145 pounds, if she fought 135 pounder at the bottom,
a guy
who's like, you know, maybe not top 15, like, you know, number 25, 30, you know what I'm saying?
She
might fuck him up. She might fuck him up.
Them hands though are crisp, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
She zips them like a dude, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You see her at the gym too, or what?
I've not seen her. She came in one day, but I ran that day, so I didn't get a chance to see her. You know, so, but yeah, so those type of girls. Cyborg too. When Cyborg was in her heyday, she fought like a dude.
She still does, but just Amanda just was ready for everything she was going to do.
Yeah, because I think what happened is Cyborg is more one-dimensional. Like, you know, I know she has other talents, but, you know, she fights very one-dimensional, like straightforward, straight, like, I'm going to whoop your ass. Like, this is it. Like, Amanda seems like she's more multi-dimensional, you know, striking-wise, everything. She's a better fighter.
She fought kind of counter-fighting against Cyborg because she knew it would work.
Exactly.
But she could be an aggressor too, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely respect her. So going back to the point is, this fight between Calvillo and Jessica I is not going to look nothing like that type of fight. No. Or when those other girls fight, because they don't really fight like that.
I think they're going to be talking shit when they're fighting each other.
So I don't think Calvillo can even compete with that Asian girl. To keep it real. I think she would get steamrolled. That's no offense to her.
Yeah, that girl's powerful, man.
Yeah, she's powerful. She's very technical. That girl in that weight class.
Yeah.
In that weight class, that girl's going to be very hard to beat. Like, literally, I think the only fight I can see that's going to give her any type of competition is if Valentina, if she goes up to Valentina. If Valentina comes down, I think Valentina will get murked. But I think if that girl goes up,
yeah,
I think that, you know, Valentina will probably whoop her up. You get what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah.
And I think that and the only fight for Amanda Nunes is Valentina. That's the only competitive fight for her at this moment.
Man. So you see they announced Khabib against Justin Gaethje?
Yeah, when is that supposed to happen?
253, I think.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I've seen several people picking Gaethje to win.
Wow.
So the big talking point with the analogy of how they actually see it happening, they're talking about how effective Gaethje's low kick is when he kicks the calf.
Yeah.
They're just really breaking it down on how he does it and how they can realistically see him doing it to Khabib.
I don't think Khabib is going to be able to maul him either. Just to all out go out wrestling him, I don't think that's going to work.
Just go straight at him and grab him and take him down.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. No, I don't think that's going to work against Gaethje. I think Gaethje is too wiry. He's too, he's too gritty. He's too, and he can wrestle. So I think that it's going to be very, very hard for Khabib to do what he's doing. And I think the pressure that Gaethje brings going to give him a hard time.
It's all about matchup, huh? It's all about how you match up. It's all about how you match up.
Exactly. And I think that this is a bad matchup for Khabib overall. right? And I see you see DC about to fight Stipe.
What do you think about that? What do you got on that?
Man, DC better get that body right. You know what I mean? Those body shots ain't no joke. You know, and that's something that, you know, they found it. Like, they found it. So, you know, make sure that whoever his strength coach is, gotta make sure he's on an ab routine. You know what I mean? Ab routine, making sure he's actually, you know, doing more moving. The last fight, he was winning at the beginning.
Yeah, he was winning.
He was winning, you know, and I think that in this fight, he needs to focus a little bit more on his wrestling, because in the last fight that they fought, I think that Stipe kind of conceded those positions. It was like in his mind, he was like, I'm going to get this guy tired. I'm not going to waste energy here, which ended up paying off.
You think DC's going to win?
Right now, I'm kind of 50-50. I'm very 50-50 with that fight, because it's going to be very emotional, because it's his last fight. So there's a lot on the line, you know. So either he goes out as the guy on top, a Henry Cejudo move, or, you know, he goes out like Chuck Liddell. Oof. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of difference, you know. So I pray that he wins. I hope that he wins. But again, Stipe, what Stipe showed me last fight was not just grit. He showed me that he's more of a thinker than people give him credit for. So he's really processing. He's really breaking down, and he can follow a game plan. And, you know, he proved that he was more strategic in the long run. You know, so I think that, yeah, this could be one of the best fights probably of the year.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that.
You know, but DC definitely has to grind him. He's going to have to really just put him on the wall. But what DC has proven, especially in his last fights, is he'll start to fade out at the end of the third. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he's necessarily tired, but he fades.
Not the same pace that he does at the beginning.
Yeah, he fades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they announced it. There's going to be like 4 events on Fight Island next month. You hear about that?
Yeah, I know. I just heard about that shit right now.
So they're saying they're looking at Holloway versus Volkanovski on July 11th.
Everybody should be asking for more money.
If they all did it, they would have no choice, because you would have no fighters.
Yep. If everybody in the UFC said, pay me more now, I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Don't try to use your smooth words. Don't take this to the media, because we'll all roast you together. Right?
Yeah.
Anytime you get that way, these businessmen have no choice.
And they probably do a good job of making a lot of the fighters feel like, all right, if you don't want to fight, then we're going to let you go. Kind of like threaten them, like they don't need them. When actually, in actuality, they need them.
That's what they did to me. I said, listen, strategically, I want to step away, just like a whole bunch of fighters have done. I want to step away, get better technically, get better here, get better here. Oh, fuck it then. Fuck you. Top 10 in the world, bro. Not just top 10 in the world, but I had just seen it being done.
There wasn't that many people ahead of you when they cut you.
No. I was one. Look, all I had is the heavyweight division. All I had to do was go back to the drawing boards, come back, win a fight. I would have been right back there.
Right back in it. Especially with heavyweights.
But you got to understand that they conspired. Literally. And remember, there's no greater proof than time. Everything I was saying is coming true. They didn't want it out. So all these businesses, including the UFC, who now talk about rest in peace Floyd, Black Lives Matter, fuck them groups. Because if you would have talked about it 10 days ago, your job would have been at risk. Your entire existence might have been at risk. Fuck those companies. We cannot fall for this shit again.
Hey, Tom Brady, bro, you heard about that?
Oh, what the fuck he do, man? Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, Drew Brees.
Oh, Drew Brees. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad, Tom. Yeah, Drew Brees.
Oh, I was like, Tom Brady, too? Oh, no. Tom Brady. Tom Brady going with the waves, man.
Hey, but how about
everybody talking about this? This is popular now? Okay. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? That's Tom Brady. So what about Drew Brees, bro?
That tweet or whatever he said.
Oh, shit. Oh, are you talking about the one where he was kind of saying like it's disrespecting the flag? Taking a knee was disrespecting the flag? Yeah, I kind of heard about that. I heard about that a little bit. You know, and then he hurried up and apologized.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he would have stayed like Donald Trump? He literally can't fold. If he folds, all those prideful racists that back him, right, would literally have to admit that they've been wrong.
They have no choice. They would have no choice. Huh. It's a crazy time right now, bro.
Like I said, people just get ready.
Man.
Whatever distraction they come up with next, sit back, think, respond. Don't react. Hey, you look like Morpheus right now.
Do I?
Yeah.
Will it be the red pill?
and that's the truth. Everybody wants to take which one was the bad pill? The red one, right? Which one woke you up?
The red, yeah, it was the red one. The red one.
But everybody want to take the blue pill. Fuck it, I'm comfortable here. Sleep.
Crazy times, man.
Yeah. Anything else, brother?
I think there was something else I was going to ask you. Whitaker against Till.
Ooh, that's a great fight, man. I like that fight. But I have to go with Whitaker. It's kind of like him, Till. They built Till. He loses 2 or 3 fights. They give him time off.
Comes back right back, right?
Has one good fight, right back in the mix.
Whitaker's going to get him, bro.
Yeah, I think that Till, you know, I think what happened with Till is he's one of those guys that believed his own hype, right? In the UFC, they threw like gasoline on it, like a whole bunch of leads.
I think
and
they
shit.
really thought he was going to easily beat Masvidal, bro.
Yeah, and Woodley.
Yeah.
They thought Masvidal's in the groove, bro. And I just don't think Whitaker is susceptible to really anything that Till really has to offer. Because Till, the thing about Till was when he was in 170s, he was a huge guy.
Yeah.
At 185, it's not like that.
think Whitaker's gonna mix his wrestling and his striking. That's it.
How you think that fight's gonna end?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely not trying to compare Whitaker to George, but Whitaker has some nice straight punches. He has those nice straight punches with the wrestling. Probably unanimous decision, probably.
Is that a main event?
I think so. Well, they haven't finalized it, but Dana White was going over like a list of possible matchups for Fight Island, and that was one of them. He said.
Okay.
I assume so. I mean, it only makes sense, right?
Yeah, a former champ and artificial poster boy.
Artificial.
Right?
That's
if
funny.
you get up there and talk like a big bad black guy, man, they'll put that, man, I'm telling you. Right? You get tattooed. This is if you want to be famous and you're white, guys, I'm gonna give you the outline right now. This is the formula. Okay? Grow your hair out. Get cornrows. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. If you want to color them, you get a few more fans. Get a little bit more clout. Okay? That's number one. Get yourself some nice earrings. 2 of them preferably. Right?
A fake tooth.
Yeah. Just only get, like one, like a Nelly style. Just get like 1 or 2 gold teeth.
Put a Band-Aid.
Right? You know what I mean? Hey, get yourself whatever's popular in the hood, even though you ain't never been in the hood in your life. Whatever's popular in the hood, get that. Get it. Jimbo jeans, get some Iversons, whatever it takes, man. Get tattoos everywhere, including your face.
Especially these days, your face.
Yeah, get something on the face, something on the neck, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Get yourself a nice little chain. It could be gold or old. It don't matter. It could be fake, real. It don't matter. Stainless steel, whatever it takes.
Just win 1 or 2 fights and be real loud on social media.
And be real loud on social media. And then smoke some weed on camera. And shit.
On camera.
Smoke some weed. Make it cool.
That's how it's done.
You notice a lot of black guys don't do that.
No.
We don't do it in public. Who does it in public?
The Diaz brothers.
Right? But Diaz brothers, they don't really identify. Yeah, they're Mexican, but I don't think they really identify with that too much. I mean, I don't know them personally, so I don't want to say that out. You know what I mean? But I don't know if they do or not. You know, I really don't know. I gotta be honest with you, right? So, Diaz brothers, right? But they look Spanish, right? So, what else? O'Malley, Joe Rogan. It's usually all white guys. You got Snoop Dogg, obviously. You got Wiz Khalifa, obviously. They made a career out of it, right? But little brown boys literally got sodomized over grams. Go to jail, get sodomized over grams.
How crazy is that, bro?
Isn't that crazy? What's the restitution in them?
Why,
right?
If some of them are still in jail, why are they still in jail?
Man, oh my goodness! If you're still in jail for marijuana, that's a travesty of justice.
Imagine how mad you would be in there right now.
You see motherfuckers on TV now. Everybody's living it up. You know what I'm saying? You see all these. So imagine getting locked up in California for the mandatory minimums, 3 strike laws, and all your strikes. This is literal. If one of your strikes that ended you up in prison for 25 years to life, your last one was a murder deal. A marijuana case, and you're still in jail in California.
That, especially there of all places, you can literally have an ounce.
Yeah.
In your car with you driving.
Yeah, drive.
Yeah, bro.
So, all right, man.